Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, all Srila Prabhupada's disciples, GBCs, VEV members, we'd like to give you the schedule for today. The program will be simultaneously translated in Hindi because here it's in English at the Krishna Balaram Hall in Goshala. So if you are not understanding little English and more Hindi, you may proceed towards the Goshala Krishna Balaram Hall. Russian translation also can be done on this side. Ambarish Maharaj or Aniruddha Prabhu from Russia can translate on this side where we used to do our Srimad Bhagavatam English class every day. The entry for the devotees will be, or for the public and devotees, that gate near Gornitai's altar. And then they'll be exiting towards Radhe Shyama Sundar's gate, near the gate, the altar. And then they'll proceed towards that way. The prasadam for the senior devotees, Srila Prabhupada's disciples, GBCs, and TPs, temple presidents, will be on the first floor of Govinda's restaurant. Prasadam starts whenever you get hungry, over there in Govinda's, for the senior devotees. No, the feast, we will announce to you when is the feast, but hopefully we'll have prasadam available as soon as possible. So we will be the MC, and from time to time we may ask Shrutakirti Prabhu to also alternate. He will be the MC. And the way I will be calling the names, I'll let you know later. Yes. We will try to accommodate all of you as much as possible, but this is not in the order of hierarchy. Hare Krishna. Memorial means trying to say something that's been accomplished. And those who are very, very close, that's how we're going to do it. So please stay with us. Now we're going to chant Jai Anilo Premadana to start, to set the mood, and we'll continue on afterwards. So the memorial will be at least till 12 noon. Because we have many guests here also coming from different parts of India and different parts of the world, like US, Canada, Russia, UAE, and so on. Hare Krishna. Premadana Karuna Prachur Jayanilo Premadana Karuna Pracho Heno Prabhu Kota Gela Acharya Thakur Heno Prabhu Kota Gela Acharya Thakur Kaha mora Swarup Rupa Kaha Sanatan Kaha mora Swarup Rupa Kaha Sanatan Kadasa rago natapati tapavan Kadasha Raghunatapati Tapavan Kaha mora bata juga Kaha kavira Kaha mora bata juga Kaha kavira Eka kale kota gela gora natara Eka kale kota Gela Gora Natara Pasane Kotivo Mata Anale Pashibo Pasane Kotivo Mata Anale Pashibo Nidhe Kota Gele Papo Goranga Gunera Nidhe Kota Gele Pavo Se Sava Sangira Sange 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐿𝐿 Se Sava Sangira Sange 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐿𝐿 Se Sangana Paya Kande Narotamada Se Sangana Paya Kande Narotamada Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When they do the offering themselves, they will do that. They will not come there. We will pass the mic there because they will. Hare Rama, yeah. Now this is what no. Just Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur. Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaur Sitana Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Gopal Krishna Goswami Tamani Prabhupada Chaitanya Prakasha Vitiracha Pacharangira Sharagit Patan Maha. Hare Krishna! Again, we'd like to welcome everyone for today's special event in Krishna Balaram Mandir. It'll be one of the most memorable events. We'd like to begin the memories, and this is, again, it may not be in order. There's no order here. We are in order, but there is no order. Would like to request His Holiness Kavichandra Swami first, and then it will be followed by His Holiness Lokanath Swami. Okay? You don't have to leave your spot, otherwise someone may take this spot from you. Since, huh? Any time bound? Don't be 1 hour. Maybe 5 minutes. Is that okay? 2 minutes? 100 minutes. Keep as long as you like. No time limit. I have to ask your suggestions because you're the one who's going to speak. So no time limit. We'll be here till midnight this evening. Prasadam, you can go in between. So I would like to request His Holiness Kavichandra Swami. I'll be passing the microphone one by one. And stay where you are. Hare Krishna.
Wow, surprise. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesha Sunyavari Paschatya Desatarane Vanchakalpa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namah. So just to give some idea, I heard from Tapan Mishra Prabhu that within 3 hours there were letters from the Prime Minister and the President and a few other ministers praising Gopal Krishna Goswami to give some understanding of his status. That those people are so impressed with him as a spiritual leader. So myself, I first knew him in Bombay in 1978, right after the opening. At that time he was BBT, and I didn't really meet him much because he was never there. He would go out early in the morning, and I would see the cold prasadam late at night, and I didn't really get to associate with him very much before I left there. But I saw what, this dedication to the BBT was like so incredible. And at that time there was just getting books done, So, but then later, of course, because of visiting, I visited Bombay many times, and Delhi. He was always very kind, and I think everybody knows that. And we see, he would never, by meeting him and talking to him, you never think that he's such a powerful person. But by the results of his work, we can see it. The Delhi temple itself, the first temple, we would go to Delhi and they were in little tiny houses at Lajpat Nagar and here and there. And then they got temporary temple. So many years of constant endeavor to get that east of Kailash, to get the land, to get a proper plan for the temple, because very fussy how much space you have to have for temple and for this and that. And he got an award-winning architect to give free architecture, and then getting permission to build it, so much. And then all the museum and everything, that was just a start. Mostly when I associated with him was either in GBC meetings or on Parikrama. He loved Parikrama, both Vrindavan and Mayapur. He would, as much as possible, he would join. He would love to walk. He loved the Leelas, especially in Navadvip. He loved that King Samudra Sen. I always wanted to tell that one, but you never let me. It was, the one that fought with Bhima. So I was thinking about that today. But such a great personality. It's a rare type of personality that's a genius and, productive like anything, and humble also. So I was reading some of the things online yesterday, and I was thinking like all the different praises that any acharya, any poet, anybody has made about a Vaishnava, they're all suitable for him and more. So we are very fortunate to have him in our presence and see the result. So many nice devotees, so many beautiful temples in Delhi and all over India, so many great people following him. So I was very blessed to have a little association. I remember a few things. I was having lunch with him one time, and he told me, he had a very simple lunch. He said that he told his cooks, like, the maximum amount they could spend on his lunch. It was like almost nothing. Such a small amount. You know, he had no consideration for any sense gratification or anything. Everything was for Prabhupada, and everybody knows that for book distribution, there's no comparison. Bombay, Delhi, Mayapur, Russia, you know, like most of the books in the world are under his influence, that 80 or 90% of them. So I'm surprised that I was asked to speak at all. I was expecting maybe to be last, but we want to hear everybody else, so I won't take you much longer. But it's inconceivable. It's a great challenge for our movement now to carry on without his personal presence. But by his memory and his, I hope everybody read, they should put it up, his last will and testament, so humble, so perfect, complete. And we should all be really deeply thinking like that. I have no assets, only my deities. That's what he said. And his computer, nothing in his name, no money, nothing. But of course, thousands of loving disciples that are ready to take up the work and keep expanding it more and more. So thank you all very much. And please bless me that I can hang in there a little longer and do something for Krishna. As he was always very kind to me and, very respectful. That's just a sign of his greatness. There's no reason to be except his own greatness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Kabichandra Swami. Would like to request His Holiness Lokanath Swami to speak.
No, sit down.
Could I stand? Stand and fight?
Outstanding.
My obeisances at the lotus feet of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki. And those obeisances in the words of Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyevacha patithanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. And of course my obeisances at the feet of all the assembled devotees. Well, first of all, some devotees were insisting that I say how Maharaj departed, because I was only one with Maharaj and some devotees wanted to know. So I said, whenever I have opportunity, I will say a few words. It's not a long story, but I'll make it short. That as doctors were working on reviving his heart functioning, which I was watching, witnessing, and they were not succeeding. And I was wondering, is Maharaj still here or he has gone? So just to confirm, I shouted, Hare Krishna! Into his ears, and to my great surprise and pleasure, Maharaj opened his mouth widely opened. And this movement of tongue, I of course could not hear. The response in response saying Hare Krishna, but that is what he meant to say. So those were last words that we witnessed, and then soon the doctors confirmed that he was no more with us. Hari Hari. Ye Anilo Premadhan, Karuna Prashur, Heno Prabhu, Kotagela, Gopal Krishna Goswami Thakur. Hari Hari. These are not just my words, I'm sure you all assembled here. Not only we heard that song, but I think those were the feelings of all of us. Certainly those are my feelings. Hari Hari. I could only simply weep. I'm going to be missing him. I better control myself. So, I thank Srila Prabhupada for giving me Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj like God brother, who remained friendly and friend, philosopher, guide throughout. Not for his disciples, but I also felt he was like that for me. We worked closely. He arrived in 73 or so in India. 75, 3, 4, 5. So from that time, this is although there were some ups and downs in our relations, which is natural in this world, but we pushed through, and unity in diversity, we maintained that unity amongst some diverse opinions of mine versus Maharaj. Well, that's not important. So when when Srila Prabhupada came and Srila Prabhupada departed, we had only some 7 temples in India. Just few days ago, I heard from 7, from Bhakta Rupa Prabhu. He said, now we have close to 700 entities which submit their accounts in India. That means, so small, tiny, and huge, big, included. So ISKCON was in a survival mode, and then the revival happened, and finally thriving is happening, especially in India, I would say. And credit for all this, of course, this is a certainly team effort, and we are all team members of that team. But certainly, this effort was led by Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. There is no doubt. Hari Hari. So, a number of temples open. Maharaj was known for opening temples, Number of temples Maharaj personally opened. Number of devotees he made. The youths he trained and initiated them. Number of books of Srila Prabhupada distributed. Prabhupada assigned this duty. He was made trustee of the BBT and he remained trustee throughout his life. Prabhupada, was he made GBC by Prabhupada also? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot. He is the longest GBC member in ISKCON. Many came and for different reasons they had to leave the body or they had to resign, but Maharaj stayed on. He stuck to his duties as BBT trustee. So a number of books that's most pleasing to Prabhupada. Distribute my books, and book distribution is most pleasing to Srila Prabhupada. So I think Gopal Krishna Maharaj has pleased Srila Prabhupada the most by distributing Prabhupada's books. A number of plates of prasad distribution, Annamrit, he was part of that endeavor also, and the Food for Life also. Building temples, not was he building temples in his zone, but he was a big force behind TVP construction. He gets a credit for where TVP stands right now. So as we arrived, we brought Maharaj to Delhi, and there was an outburst, a number of devotees. I don't know where they came from. There are hundreds and thousands of devotees. I was surprised and pleased also then coming here, and additional thousands of devotees. This is a manifestation of glories of Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. 𝐾𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐚𝐜𝐿. Give me confidence also that one time, the Angrez ka mandir, and this is a American institution, and the CIAs and whatnot. But now the Indians, the Hare Krishna movement has made the deep roots at grassroots level. The preaching is happening, and we have thousands, of course, as Gopal Krishna Maharaj. On this occasion, we are witnessing, and this is all Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Hari Hari. So a movement has been built from revival, survival to revival to thrival has happened. Now, do you all love Gopal Krishna Maharaj? I was also going to say, if you love Gopal Krishna Maharaj, then I also love you. My love is conditional, so I love you also. And then Prabhupada, I was remembering what Prabhupada said in that regard. If you love me, your love will be shown how you protect his institution after I am. Prabhupada is gone. Prabhupada said that. I was thinking, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, I'm sure he said, or I'm saying on his behalf, that if you all love me, make sure whatever has been created, of course with the team effort, where ISKCON stands now, it is our duty, prime duty, if we love Gopal Krishna Maharaj, we love Prabhupada, we love Gopal Krishna Maharaj, then we have to do what? We have to cooperate with each other so that we bring Srila Prabhupada's Hare Krishna movement yet another level, higher and higher and higher. So of course we are here and we are doing Shraddhanjali, making our offerings. The best offering would be we do whatever is needful to be done in absence of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. I also was thinking, Prabhupada again said, oh, how will this movement go on? And Giriraj Prabhu that time had here, right here in Prabhupada's quarters. Oh, we'll chant Hare Krishna. We'll follow four regulative principles. We will do this, we will do that. Of course, Prabhupada was pleased with that answer, but not fully satisfied. And then Prabhupada added organization and intelligence, or intelligently organizing. So after Gopal Krishna Maharaj's departure, we all will have to put our heads together and some kind of reorganization, alignment has to be worked on, and that is a homework of leaders in India, the bureaus, Gopal Krishna Maharaj's colleagues, and Maharaj was a chairman of that body for almost lifelong. All that is happening in India is also, the bureau is behind, and Maharaj was a chairman, as he is no more. So all these, lot of things are going to be vacant, lot of vacancies going to be created, and we do not want to see any setbacks. In absence of Gopal Krishna Maharaj, we have to step forward, rise to the occasion, and be prepared to shoulder some additional burden so that Srila Prabhupada's movement goes on and on and on and on. Param Vijayate, Sri Krishna Sankirtan happens. And by seeing all that, Gopal Krishna Maharaj will be certainly pleased. He is very much in spirit with us, his body. Someone said, oh, I think Maharaj has gone back to Vrindavan. And I said yesterday, oh, this is Vrindavan. He has not gone back, but he has come back home to Vrindavan. So he's around, he's going to be watching what we do. So for his pleasure, of course, for pleasure of Gauranga, for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada, and also for the pleasure of Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, we have to take on some additional responsibilities to push on Srila Prabhupada's and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement. And by doing so, that would be our best offering ever. Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Krishna Balarama ki.
Thank you, His Holiness Lokanath Swami. I would like to read to all of us here the last will of our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I don't know if it's possible to put it on, if it is, but I will read and try to hear. Hare Krishna. Okay, I'm going to read. Yes. Yes. With the photo, stamped, sealed, and delivered. So this is his last will. I, Gopal Krishna Goswami, also known as Gopal Krishna Kana, son of late Mr. Anand Swarup Khanna, born on 14th August 1944, and a resident of ISKCON Delhi, Hare Krishna Hill, Sant Nagar, east of Kailash, New Delhi, do hereby revoke all my previous wills or codicils and declare that this is my last will, which I hereby make on this 23rd November 2023 at ISKCON Delhi, Hare Krishna Hill, Sant Nagar, east of Kailash, New Delhi. I am a sannyasi and have no dependents. I declare that I am in good health and possess a sound mind. This will is made by me without any persuasion or coercion and out of my own independent decision alone. I appoint Vaishnav Maharaj for India, Janardhan Maharaj for India, Rishi Kumar for India, Ambarish Maharaj for Russia, Umapati Das for East Africa to be the executors of this will. In the event any of this were to predecease me, then whoever is the survivor among the above will be the executors of this will. I am a trustee of ISKCON India and BBT and a governing body commissioner. I am not a trustee of any other trust except ISKCON Seva Trust, a bureau-controlled trust, an inactive trust based in Delhi set up by the ISKCON Bureau. Page 2. All of his markings before that. Thumb marks. I have always been loyal to the governing body commission of ISKCON and the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, as reflected in his books. I would like all my disciples to follow the GBC body. I have never taken one step out of ISKCON, and I desire that they render their services in ISKCON and not run here and there looking for some easy way out. The Guru manifests himself in two ways, through Bapu and through Vani. Vapu, you may have heard many times, is temporary. Vani is permanent. So all my instructions are drawn and therefore reflected from Srila Prabhupada's books. Srila Prabhupada has said, quote, "Your love for me will be shown how much you cooperate among yourselves." Unquote. And my desire from all of my disciples is the same, to cooperate among themselves and with ISKCON authority forever. If I were to pass away outside India, I will be grateful if my body could be brought to Vrindavan or Mayapur and kept in samadhi there. If I were to pass away in North India, I would like my samadhi to be in Vrindavan. If I were to pass away nearer to Mayapur, I would like my samadhi to be in Mayapur. There is a plot of land in Vrindavan where my disciples wanted to construct a house for me. I did not encourage that. It is my desire that this particular land should be donated to ISKCON Vrindavan for any purpose they may deem fit. I see a different picture of mine in almost every temple where my disciples serve. They can choose any picture they like. This practice can go on after my departure also. I don't really have any assets, cash, bank deposit, locked box, vehicles, stocks, or any property in my name. All the properties in the zones managed by me in ISKCON are registered legally in ISKCON's name, and there's nothing in my name except a Rolex watch gifted by Srila Prabhupada in 1977, my laptop, and 2 mobiles. I desire that this watch be handed over to one of my disciples who helped me serving Srila Prabhupada. The laptop and mobiles with all the logins and passwords will be in the custody of whoever will be my secretary at the time of leaving my body. My clothes and sweaters can be distributed to disciples and other devotees by the team of my assistants. I have not authored any books except some lecture transcripts brought out by different disciples at different places. There is no copyright owned by me on this. Page 3, all of his thumb marks again, and his signature and the witness. My only true assets are my personal deities. And I do not want this to be worshipped by any one individual. I therefore desire that my Salagram Shilas and the deities be kept in the altar and worship at Shri Radha Parthasarthi Temple, ISKCON Delhi, Shri Radha Radhikaraman Temple, ISKCON Punjabi Bagh, and could be divided among other temples in my zones. I desire so as if the deities are part of the temple altar, then they will be safe, and in case they are worshipped by individuals, they could be abandoned. I do keep some little Lakshmi as we describe money to be used in Krishna's service for various projects, and this could be divided among the different projects which will be ongoing at the time of my passing away. I have one joint bank account along with my disciple Jagannath Priyadas in US, and this has a balance of $3,000 for the past 4 years, merely to ensure that I have transactions in an American account to secure my green card. I have no personal loans, nor do I owe any debts to anyone. I hereby appoint 5 doctor disciples who are personally serving me now as attorneys to determine concurrently my medical treatment and personal care in case of my not being in a position to decide. The names of these doctors are Dr. Dwarkadis Das, Dr. Krishna Priya Das, Dr. Acharya Das, Washington, Dr. Radha Ballava Das, and Dr. Ajay Chaitanya Das. If I were to pass away, I will be really pleased and grateful if all the disciples take shelter of one of the senior devotees in this movement without being independent and follow the management system set up and provided by Srila Prabhupada. I direct that all my disciples shall behave and conduct themselves in the following manner upon my demise. Continued, page 4. Again, Guru Maharaj's signature and the deed, related details, and so on. The registration fee, copying fee, and so on. All the legalities. registered in Delhi, 23rd of November 2023, 10 o'clock, 18 minutes, 51 seconds, day Thursday. Hare Krishna. There's one more. Hold on. One more paragraph. Shall I read this also? Yeah. Yeah. Where are those? Are they there also? If I keep reading? Because I did not open it. This is the first time I'm opening this. Who is our identified by Srimati Kumari Rishi Kumar Das, son of what? I did not see it. Oh yes, they're right here. Page 4. Number 1. Always accept His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, as the preeminent Shiksha Guru for all time. Srila Prabhupada K. Always accept ISKCON's Governing Body Commission, GBC, as the ultimate management authority of ISKCON, as Srila Prabhupada's representative, and to therefore follow its instructions and directions. 3. Lead your life so as to be exemplary representatives of ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada. 4. Cooperate together with all other ISKCON devotees to push this movement forward. 5. When some of you advance sufficiently to become gurus and sannyasis to work under the GBC authorized processes to take up those services. 6. Never leave ISKCON. First and foremost, think of yourselves as members of ISKCON. Never fight with ISKCON. Resolve your differences internally in a Vaishnava way. 7. Never align yourselves with persons or groups not authorized by the GBC. 8. Seriously study Srila Prabhupada's books on a regular basis. Always chant at least 16 attentive rounds every day. Chant at least 25 rounds on Ekadashis and special festival days, and strictly follow the 4 regulative principles of no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. 9. Work to make ISKCON a dynamic society. Number 10. Continue donating your time and resources to ISKCON causes. Continued, number 5, again his signature and the seal, and again just the formalities here, legal formalities, how much stamp paid and so on. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, there are a few more. Oh. Number 5, page number 5. I wish to state that all my endeavors as a devotee have been to serve Srila Prabhupada and the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON. And I have nothing of my own except my deities. Therefore, I further direct that any assets, including temples, foundations, and or projects associated with, inspired or directed by me or my disciples must for all time remain under the auspices and directions of the GBC, who are the ultimate managing authority of ISKCON. Thank you for your service and love for Srila Prabhupada. Serving you has been my privilege. I thank Srila Prabhupada, my spiritual master, the founder Acharya, and the preeminent Shiksha Guru of ISKCON, and a pure devotee of Lord Krishna from the spiritual world, for providing me shelter in this house He built for the whole world to live in, and desire that all my disciples stay in that house, imbibe the highest philosophy of Krishna consciousness, and still higher than that, practice the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Declaration: I declare that the information submitted in this form is, to the best of my knowledge, true and complete. Signature: Gopal Krishna Khanna. And the rest again is the legalities. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ke! Srila Prabhupada Ke! So now we continue the memorial. We'd like to ask Sruta Kirti Prabhu to read Panchagoda Prabhu's message. As he just left for America, it was not possible for him to again come back. He told me. I was communicating with him twice and early this morning. Okay, and it'll be followed by His Holiness Bhakti Bringa Govinda Swami Maharaj, and then Bhima Prabhu, and then I will say again later on. Now Vigendra Swami? Yes? Hare Krishna! Okay, you first.
Hare Krishna. Dear Gopal Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. You have touched the hearts of many all over the world by your personal and caring dealings. By your mercy, you asked me to become the Vice President to assist with the management of Sri Sri Krishna Balaram Mandir. And that changed my life along with my entire family. Because of your guidance and encouragements, I sold everything in America and moved to India, all due to your kindness. We are all very grateful for allowing us to move to Braj. I have witnessed your tireless energy to inspire, lead, and personally show a wonderful example of loving Srila Prabhupada with fixed attention, always staying loyal to the mission of ISKCON. All the devotees will express your numerous accomplishments and brought him the greatest happiness, and how you have developed many temples and made devotees at the same time, always caring for each and every one of them. We all felt sheltered by your presence and hard work, your deity worship, and your eagerness to serve their lordships. I will miss you, but I do pray that you give me the strength to follow in your footsteps, to faithfully serve Srila Prabhupada and please him by bravely preaching and staying on the battlefield till the very end of our life. Thank you for saving me from the illusion of Maya and engaging me in your service. You are a friend and my spiritual inspiration, your servant Panchagoda Das. Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Panchagoda Prabhu, he told me the last time Guru Maharaj's visit here in Vrindavan, Shuta Kirti Prabhu and Panchagoda Prabhu spoke with him for like an hour and a half, and he was requesting Maharaj to just stay in Vrindavan. Don't have to keep traveling. But no, he's a spiritual warrior. He left his body in the battlefield. That is more glorious. We should follow in the footsteps of Maharaj, all of us, to glorify more and more Srila Prabhupada and his movement. I'd like to request His Holiness Navagendra Swami, then will be followed by His Holiness Bhakti Bringa Govinda Swami, and then Bhima Prabhu.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesh Shunyavadi Paschata Desatarne. Together everyone. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Dear devotees, brothers, sisters, mothers, departure of Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj is a great loss to this movement. Gopal Krishna Maharaj never cared for his body. He only cared for the movement, for program, preaching. See, even he was not feeling well, he went to Dehradun for the temple program. Jo whatever was there. And he left his body there. Devotees, such great souls are very rare. It was Prabhupada's mercy that he changed the lives of so many souls. And Gopal Krishna Maharaj was so educated devotee. He was double and he was working for Pepsi Cola and he gave up that for this movement. It's a very big sacrifice. It's not easy to give up, but he gave up and took to this life. I had his personal association for 8 years. But I found he's always thinking how this movement can be expanded, how preaching can be done, how things can be done rightly. This is what I noticed in him. Really, I miss him. He was my, senior god brother, Prabhupada's disciple. And his contribution, very hard working for BVT. See how much BVT has flourished in India. So many books. India when competed, America is behind, India is advanced further. This is by the sincere efforts of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. And see, he saved the lives. And one thing I noticed in him, in the US, in Canada, there was one devotee was misbehaving. And another person, he was Maharaj's disciple, he complained to him. And Maharaj said, I have to save his life. If one is fallen, he won't reject him. He will encourage him and put him back to the service of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. Like I was in LA and I was told by one devotee, he told me that that one devotee, he came to the temple and he asked, I want to stay in the temple. Temple president said, get out of here, I don't want to keep you in the temple. Then that devotee came to Srila Prabhupada and requested Prabhupada, Prabhupada, such and such devotee may come to you and ask to stay in the temple. Prabhupada won't let him stay. Prabhupada said, no, you let him stay. Prabhupada, this is the 12th time he came. No, you let him stay. Prabhupada is very fallen. And Prabhupada said, my movement is for fallen souls. This is what our Gopal Krishna Maharaj was doing, saving the fallen souls, engaging them in the service of Guru Gauranga and Krishna. So such a great soul is very rare, and I feel great separation. But what can be done? This is going to happen to all of us. Sooner or later we are all going to leave. Nobody can stay here. This material world is not our home. Our home is spiritual world, and if we follow sincere devotees, follow Prabhupada, then we can also return to our real home, back to Godhead, where life is full of knowledge, eternal and blissful. My humble prayers to the lotus feet of Prabhupada, that please take care of Gopal Krishna Maharaj very nicely. He has come to your service now. And I pray to all of you, please cooperate together to push on this great mission. This mission is the only hope for the whole world, for which Gopal Krishna Maharaj has worked very, very hard, very, very hard. See, even he was sick and he went to the meeting in Dehradun. Means he didn't care for his body. He only cared for this movement, for this mission. Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki. All glories to humble devotees. All glories to humble devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, His Holiness Navagendra Swami. I would like to request Bhima Prabhu to speak. Then it will be followed by Prasanatma Prabhu, then Basha Ghosh Prabhu. Oh, Bibi Govinda Maharaj. Completely forgot to. After Bibi Govinda Maharaj, yes, then Bhima Prabhu.
Om Gyantimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshuran Militanjena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vicharane Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschachade Zitarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I would like to begin today by offering my sincere condolences to all of the disciples of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. It's with profound sorrow that we are here today, but this should be a wonderful celebration of his life and his accomplishments. And I'm very thankful to be here in such a august and sober assembly of Vaishnavas. I'm honored to be in the association of my godbrothers who have, many of my godbrothers here
who have pioneered and stood by His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj for decades in expanding the Krishna consciousness movement here in India. I'd like to begin by reading something that Srila Prabhupada has spoken. Srila Prabhupada said, "Why a few selected persons have come here? Because it requires a background of pious activities. Otherwise, it is not possible. We do not expect that 100% of people will become Krishna conscious. That is not possible. But if there is one ideal Krishna conscious person, he can do benefit to many thousands. Ikas chandras tamo hantina chataraha sahasraha. If there is one moon in the sky, he can illuminate the whole universe. Nacha tamaha sahasrana. Not these twinkling stars. It is not possible." And I sincerely feel with my heart and my sincerity that His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he was such a Chandra, such a moon in the society of Vaishnavas. Dear devotees, we know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared 500 years ago. Kaviraj Goswami tells us, "Anarpita charim chirat korunaya vatirna kalao, samarpayitam unata ujvala rasam sabakti shriyam." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here to give us all something which is very special. He was truly the Karuna avatar, and he came here just to shower even the most unfortunate and disqualified people with his love and his compassion and his humanity. Lord Chaitanya, he did that to everyone. And we can see from the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that people that you would think were ordinarily disqualified, he accepted those people and made them acharyas in his movement. So Lord Chaitanya came to give that love and compassion by lifting people to the level of Krishna consciousness. Without that, all we have is the repetition of birth and death in this material world. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came because as Krishna, he wanted to taste the mellow of divine love in the spiritual world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he lived in Navadvip, and he was surrounded by his loving family, and he was surrounded by his loving associates, and he began the Sankirtan in that place. But he saw that that was not enough, so he renounced his beautiful family, his wife, his mother. He left his society of Navadvip, and he began spreading Krishna consciousness throughout the length and breadth of India. And since that time, all great saints who have come in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have carried on with that work. Kaviraj Goswami says, Bharata bhumite hoilya, manusya janmajar, janma sartakakari karapara upkar. That everybody who is born in Bharata Bhumi is meant to perfect their lives through the practices of Krishna consciousness. And in that perfected state, they should perform para upkar. They should do the very best welfare work for everybody in this world by lifting them up and giving them love of God through the chanting of Harinam Sankirtan. And we see that that has been the history in our sampradaya. all the acharyas coming from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they have done their level best to give the world the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we have Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who wanted to spread it around the world. And we have our Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who established the Gaudiya Math. And we have our Srila Prabhupada, who took the message of his Guru Maharaj so deeply to his heart that he spent his whole life in preparation to spread Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy in every town and village throughout the world. And then disciples of Srila Prabhupada, such as Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, they heard Srila Prabhupada and they took that message to their heart, so deeply to their heart. Like the rest of our generation, Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj joined as a young man. I first met Maharaj in 72 or 73 in Toronto when he came to do, I think, an audit of the books. Very young man, but he was different than many of the rest of us. He took his birth in a cultured Indian family. He was highly educated, very highly educated. He was untarnished by the contaminations that were so present during that era. And when he heard Srila Prabhupada, perhaps in Montreal, he took that so deeply to his heart. He could see that Prabhupada was requesting him, please share the love and the compassion and the humanity which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give this world. And because of that, Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj has been a pillar of ISKCON. He has been one of the strong pillars of this society for at least 5.5 decades. And recently, by the grace of Radhe Shyam, I had the opportunity to meet with Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami in his room here in Vrindavan, and I was attempting with my weak words to glorify his accomplishments. Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj had books translated into so many languages. He printed hundreds and millions of books. He inspired devotees here and devotees all over the world to distribute hundreds and millions of books. Not 100, not 1,000, but hundreds and millions of books. He inspired devotees to open the most glorious temples in ISKCON. Beautiful, celestial temples, including the latest brilliant star in the galaxy of these temples, which is ISKCON Rohini. When I mentioned that to Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he very humbly put his head down and he said, it wasn't just me, it was the team. He said the team did the work. He said, I was just a small part. All credit goes to the team. And not only that, Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he made thousands and thousands and thousands of devotees around the world. He brought them to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, so that they could experience that great love which Mahaprabhu came to give through Harinam Sankirtan. The other day I was listening to Prasanatmaji, and he was saying that Prabhupada's standard of success in ISKCON was books printed, temples opened, and devotees made. And there's no one in this society who has done that like Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Maharaj, as we all know, he was deeply wise, and he was a compassionate navigator through the troubled waters of the Kali Yuga. Maharaj was the person who fearlessly took Srila Prabhupada's books to the Soviet Union in the mid-1980s when it was very stringent Soviet regime. And all of you know how much Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj is loved here and how much he is loved in other parts of the world. But please let me help you try to understand how much Gopal Krishna Maharaj is loved in Russia and in the Central Asian countries like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Kyrgyzstan. He personally pioneered Central Asia. He personally found the dakshin and the donations to build the first temples in Central Asia. And the devotees in Central Asia, they love Gopal Krishna more than their very life. And I know, but the devotees are here. But I can't see them. I can't see them. I want to see the devotees. I'm addressing the devotees. I had the opportunity to serve in Central Asia for a number of years. And I can truly say that it was my greatest honor to serve and spread Krishna consciousness with Gopal Krishna Maharaj's disciples. I say that because with them, there was never any of this guru cliquism consciousness. There was never any mood of sectarianism. There was just always a mood of loving and serving one another and assisting to spread the Krishna consciousness movement. When I was mentioning these things to Gopal Krishna Maharaj in his room, both of us became a little emotional. And you know, he paused and he put his head down, and with his very gentle and coy smile, he said, "There is another accomplishment." And I said, "What is that?" And he said, "This year it will be 50 years on the GBC." And for the devotees of ISKCON, I'm not sure how relevant the GBC is to you, although we're always taught that the GBC should be most relevant. Being on the GBC is like living in hell. And he served without turning away for 50 years. Whenever I would meet Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he would repeat as if it were just his natural breathing, "I am a servant, I am a servant, I am a servant. How can I serve you? How can I serve your yatra? Please come and stay in this temple. Please come and stay in that temple. If there's anything I can do for your yatra, please let me know." So really, and having spent about 5.5 decades in our ISKCON society, I can say that without any question or without any doubt, that Gopal Krishna Maharaj was truly a Vaishnava who embodied the love and the compassion and the humanity that was shown to him by his spiritual master and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I never observed Maharaj quick to judge. I never observed Maharaj quick to dismiss an individual. He was always humane. He was always very, very kind. And sadly, we have seen different waves of ISKCON through the years and the development of ISKCON throughout the years. And it seems that during this era, a small but very vocal minority in ISKCON, they don't have that same mood of love and compassion. But Maharaj never faltered. He always stuck to his principles. He always stuck to his heart. And I would like to thank you all for having been his disciples and serving so wonderfully. And I would like to thank you all for yesterday, because yesterday was such a massive overflowing of love and appreciation that it was like a medicinal tonic for my heart. It really made me feel that decency, love, compassion, care, kindness is there in the hearts of the devotees. And that is because you've seen that in your spiritual masters. Thank you very, very much. Last night I contacted Shruti Kirti Prabhu and I asked him, I said, did you survive? He said, barely. And my only analysis was to see love opens your heart. And our hearts must be open to become Krishna conscious. A devotee once told Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, everybody loves you. And Srila Prabhupada very humbly smiled and he said, yes, that's because I love everyone. And Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj was the same way. He was loved by everyone, and he loved everyone. So in conclusion, I can say that Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj was cut from the same piece of cloth that Srila Prabhupada was cut from. What he accomplished in one lifetime, most of us will not accomplish in 100 lifetimes. And for all of his disciples here and for our International Society for Krishna Consciousness, I pray that Shri Shri Gaur Nitai and Shri Shri Krishna Balaram and Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar will bless us all to have the strength to remain focused and during this time, spotlessly focused, during this time of great feelings of separation from Guru Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada wrote in his dedication of the Srimad Bhagavatam to his Guru Maharaj, he lives forever by his words, and the follower lives with him. So If you always live by the instructions of Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj will always be by your right side. So I thank you all. I've gone long, but it's not an everyday occasion. In fact, it's a very rare and great occasion that you have the opportunity to glorify a pure devotee like Maharaj. And I pray to him, and I will pray to him, that he will bless me, that in some future life I may do a fraction of the seva that he has done for Guru Maharaj in this lifetime. Thank you all very much. Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki. Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki. Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki. Nitai Srila Prabhupada ki. Nitai Go Premanandi.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, His Holiness Bhakti Binga Govinda Swami. Just before Bhima Prabhu, for his memories, I'd like to read a memorial message here from His Holiness Radhanath Swami. Dear and most blessed disciples of Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami. I am deeply affected by the love in separation that you are all experiencing at this time. My heart's tears are with each of you. I am presently in the USA. My weak health would not permit me to travel to India, but my heart is there in Vrindavan Dham to be with you, to worship His Holiness Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I am sincerely grateful that I could be with you through the YouTube for the sacred ceremonies in Delhi and the sacred Samadhi ceremony in Vrindavan Dham. Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj's fullest blessings, mercy and grace are with you all of you, at this time and forever as you follow his teachings. Remember him with grateful gratitude and devotion, and live in the light of pleasing him. I pray that devotees in all places and at all times may strive to follow in the footsteps of Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj in his faithfulness, loyalty, and total surrender to serving Srila Prabhupada's mission and personally practicing the path of pure bhakti. As I pray for the mercy of your Guru Maharaj, my sincerest prayers are with you all, with all of you, and I'm honored to serve you, your servant, Radhanath Swami. Hare Krishna.
It's all right. Hare Krishna. So this morning, a good friend of Gopal Krishna Maharaj sent me a message. And I asked that devotee, would you like me to read it? And he said, if you felt it glorifies Gopal Krishna Maharaj, please read it. Dear devotees, Hare Krishna, please accept my most respectful obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to His Divine Grace's confidential, most intimate servant, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami. As the news of his divine disappearance begins to deeply enter our consciousness, we grieve in separation from this extraordinary servant of Srila Prabhupada, His Holiness Sripad Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I was causelessly blessed to be his servant, and during Srila Prabhupada's manifest Leela, I was allowed into a close spiritual friendship with Maharaj. His disappearance becomes overwhelming as we contemplate and remember his pastimes and his unique devotional service in establishing ISKCON and the BBT and book distribution and sacred temples with permanently installed deities within India. He was named by Srila Prabhupada to be GBC, BBT trustee, and executor of Prabhupada's last will. He was particularly always in a state of samadhi-like love and focus on Srila Prabhupada. Constantly, I saw this from the day we first met until his disappearance. He's eternally a great Sankirtan general and Srila Prabhupada's Sankirtan army. And I share the prayer of so many thousands of devotees in wishing one day to again be and remain in his presence and his association. For wherever he is, absorbed, remembrance and trance, like focus on the service of Srila Prabhupada, permeates the atmosphere. My dear friend, who mercifully allowed me to serve you, will always miss you. I will always miss you in many, many ways as I aspire to follow in the footsteps of your lotus feet, your aspiring servant forever, Rameshwar Das. So this is, after I got that offering, I wrote something myself. You didn't listen. Dear devotees, now we can see how much love and affection Gopal Krishna Maharaj spread by his presence, because so many devotees came to reciprocate that love and affection. Gopal Krishna Maharaj's staunch faith in Srila Prabhupada translated into volumes of dedicated service to Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON family. Now that person we call to when there was a problem, that person we went to when we needed to know what to do, that person who listened to us very patiently is still reachable, but not by our phone. Only by following Gopal Krishna Maharaj's tremendous example of faith and love in his Guru Maharaj can we be in touch with him. It's easy to pay your mobile bill, but no amount of wealth or any material thing can pay the debt owed to the spiritual master, for there will always be an amount outstanding. Yet Gopal Krishna Maharaj showed by his life example how to serve by tirelessly working for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. There is no match to his efforts in service, but we can try to follow in his footsteps by being kind to all, big or small. Didn't matter to Gopal Krishna Maharaj. He gave his time to everyone. Let us fill the vacancy of his physical presence with remembering his wonderful qualities, and in that remembrance, surely we will be in touch with him. Let us remember, not just today, but always, his enthusiasm and encouragement to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. Let us remain focused how Gopal Krishna Maharaj loved the Lord's Archa Vigraha Seva, and in this way, truly, we will be in touch. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki.
Halila Premadana Karuna Prachur Ehena Prabhu Kota Gelo Acharya Thakur. So this is beautiful day to remember Gopal Krishna Maharaj, the great poet Acharya Narottam Das Thakur, lamenting, crying, and missing out the great acharyas like Rupa, Sanatana, Swarup Damodar, Raghunath Das Goswami, Krishna Das Goswami, like that. So today is very appropriate for us also lament and have a grief of understanding what Gopal Krishna Maharaj did for this society. So my name is Prasannatma. I joined here in 1974 and became devotee in 75 when this temple was open. So I'll tell you a few front row scene of my relationship with Maharaj, how he become what he became, but it's not all easy as you all say. I have seen is how much he struggled. So let's start with 1975. So that's the time he became a GBC. He was GBC for all India. And I was just newly initiated. And temple opened after 3 months in Vrindavan. The reality stuck. We didn't have any money. We didn't know how to run this temple, not thinking that we need money. We didn't have too many people coming to the temple. So me, Akshananda Swami and Bhagavadarshya Prabhu, we went traveling to collect money for this temple. Went to Kanpur, Lucknow, Allahabad, Agra, Varanasi, so many places. Most of the time, we didn't have any money to eat. One time we were staying in one of life member's house, Bhagatji's brother, P.D. Agarwal. He was chartered accountant. And we worked all day and come back in the evening, all our stuffs were outside the house. Swamiji, please go somewhere else because we have guests coming. So after a few months of preaching in Vrindavan, Maharaj told me I must go to Delhi to learn from Tejas Prabhu. Tejas was president in Delhi temple running Radha Parsadi temple. It was 13 Thodarmal Lane, Bengali market. So now I'm going to say a few lighter things of Maharaj so we can have a little laughter. It's all right to do that. So me and Tejas Prabhu preaching, after a few months, I said to Maharaj, he came back, that I don't want to be here. I don't like this place. Please. I was only 19, 20 years old, young boy, don't know what I'm doing, just serving Maharaj, and told, please send me back to Vrindavan. I don't want to be here in Delhi. We only had 1 bedroom apartment, 5, 6 devotees, something like that. Bengali market. So I was easily bribable. So Maharaj, no, you can bribe me. So he wanted me to stay in Delhi for a little longer, so I learn more and assist Tejas Prabhu and make some money for Vrindavan. So he took me to the restaurant outside, Nathu Sweets. It's still there. So Maharaj's favorite food was that time chana bhatura and faluda. So Maharaj loved chana bhatura and he loved the drink faluda with like some pearl drink. It's Punjabi drink, so it's very favorite for Maharaj. So he tried to bribe me by buying things, and even though he doesn't go to the restaurant, he broke the rule just for me, and we had some thing. Didn't work. After a few months, I ran away and came to Vrindavan. So after a few years, I went to Bombay, and there's one devotee named Amoga from Australia. He was running BBT, and he left overnight. So practically there was nobody there. So on that process, I became BBT manager. That time BBT manager means one-man show. I'm the manager packing boxes, taking to go down to to Bombay and ship them. And I will tell you a story about Brahmananda at the same time. So one time there was a strike in Bombay port when I was in charge of BBT, and I couldn't send any books to Kenya. Maharaj was in that time in Nairobi, Mombasa. So Brahmananda wrote me a letter saying that I'm going to break every bone in your body. We are struggling here and sending foreign exchange to you, and you are not sending any books. What's wrong with you? So when I see you next time, I will break every bone. So I was scared, but nothing I can do. So by Maharaja's mercy, I met to see Prabhupada many times. And because it was a one-man show, I was accountant also. And Prabhupada see my cash book, ledger. We don't have computer, anything. It was very simple process. We also don't have any books to distribute. Only books we have is imported books from America. Srimad Bhagavatam, as far as I remember, we had up to 7th canto, then 8th canto, then 9th canto came. Then I went to the custom and brought the book, gave it to Prabhupada. I don't think Maharaj remember, but I remember. Krishna was his secretary and servant. He won't allow anybody to come in the quarters. Bhavananda and Tamal is like Jai Vijay outside. So by mercy, for some reason, I don't know, he was kind. He told me, please go and give the books to Prabhupada, because he just came. So Prabhupada was just finishing his prasadam. The first word he uttered was, "Aaj ka shaag bahut badhiya hai." Guess who cooked? Maharaj. Navayogananda Maharaj cooked that day. He doesn't remember, I have to tell him. And the second thing, because he saw I was young brahmachari and exhausted, he said, "Aapka tabir theek hai?" Then he gave me blessings, "Theek se manage karo." So Prabhupada was very kind, and Guru Maharaj and also Gopal Krishna Maharaj was very kind that he allowed me to participate in service in BBT. And also that time, his former wife, 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐚𝐜𝐿. 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐿 is one of the oldest devotee, like a second batch, was initiated, and his son name was Durlabh. And every evening she would do kirtan at 7 o'clock, very enthusiastic, and we all go brahmachari, but she would lead the kirtan with mridanga, and we would go. Maharaj was very simple, humble grahastha man. So after 𝐾𝐢𝐬𝐿 left, Maharaj still very simple. Even though he was GBC, BBT trustee, his kurta sometime torn. No, he wouldn't go outside and buy kurta. And I remember Parvati was his secretary, and she would sew his kurta for him because she didn't want to see him in public in such a way. Many times I have seen him. He is very simple man, humble man. And one of his proud moments that time, when I was managing, Prabhupada told him to go to Moscow for the book fair. And then he went to book fair, growed his hair and suit and tie and preaching Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada was very happy that he went. So we had many association with Maharaj. I cannot sit here and say it so many times because my memory is not that sharp, but we were very close. So this great success didn't come easily. He has to fight. So I was there in front row. Also Devakinandan Prabhu came later. Braja Hari Prabhu came. Bhima Prabhu was already there. Lokanath Maharaj was, of course, he was always there, but he's traveling, preaching everywhere. We only had one book that time, was Back to Godhead magazine. Later we printed slowly, Perfection of Yoga. Then we printed one book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The reason I'm mentioning that because Prabhupada was so impressed. Because that time our quality of printing was very poor, very, very poor. But this book came out very nicely. We used to use Usha printers. And then Maharaj gave this book to Prabhupada. I was not there, I was in Bombay. Then Maharaj told me what Prabhupada told him. This is first class quality, first class printing. Gita Press is third class quality and fourth class printing. This is from Prabhupada, not from me. Prabhupada said this, so I have to repeat, not afraid. No fear. So Maharaj didn't come to this position where he is easily. He has so many adversaries, many people within our community had to fight, even throwing balloons, water balloon. So I have to sit there and watch all these things because I was a young man. But he was always gifted and loyal to Srila Prabhupada to finish this, because there are many devotees has to speak. Just recently when Maharaj was here, week ago, as 10,000 times I asked him, why don't you just stay here and live peacefully? He just smiled. He doesn't answer, he just smiled. And I know that smile. The smile answer is, you don't know what you're talking about, and I know what I'm doing. He wants to die like Bhishma Maharaj, beds of arrows. And he went like that. So all of you disciples, there's one more thing is very important for Maharaj. He pushed me and many others like Devakinandan, Bhima, Lokanath Maharaj. Many of us, we were close to Maharaj. He pushed us to the edge. He pushed as much as he could. Even we worked very hard, he said, that's not hard enough. He was never satisfied. He said, you're lazy. You should work more. Right? So nothing was enough for him, and he was a good example. He wasn't sitting and having good time. He was also working very hard. So it was fortune for me to see